Hello and welcome to our women's lifestyle show here on Feck TV. My name is Ciara and I am delighted to be joined today by the beautiful Kellie Forde, who is here to talk about her experiences on Britain and Ireland's Next Top Model. Welcome, Kellie.
Thanks guys, I'm delighted to be here. I'm looking forward to having a chat.
Brilliant. Well, we've got lots to chat about and we're really happy to have you. Got a little bit of celebrity gossip to get through first, and then we're going to have a little bit of a chat about the world of fashion, which you know absolutely loads about.
We'll see.
So you'll be filling us in on that. First thing in the news this week, caught my eye particularly, is I'm not sure if you're a fan of the Kardashians at all.
Oh, I love them. I think they're such businesswomen. I'm a total Kardashian fan.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
You know, they get a lot of slack, but
I can be a little bit more cynical myself, you know, but I mean, I definitely tune in. But what's been in the news this week? Obviously, everybody has been talking about Kim and Kanye's baby. So I personally am floating the idea that they should pull a Twilight and mush their names together, have a little bit of a Kim-Ye baby. And I think they'd both like that because there's a bit of ego in the relationship.
Okay.
But it's actually been Chloe that has been in the news this week. So any thoughts on Chloe at all?
I like her. I think she's the most stylish Kardashian.
Yeah.
I like her style. She's cool.
She's a cool gal. She has been doing something pretty interesting this week actually. In the wake of the new year, she's decided, along with her husband, who is like a hardcore NBA star.
So funny though, Scott. Brilliant.
Well, they have decided to sell all of their old clothes on eBay, which is interesting anyway. And I mean, if it's all for a good cause, then fair enough. And it is going to charity, so we've got to get that out there. But some of the items that have gone up have been a little bit hit or miss for my liking. So some sports bras, some yoga pants. Pretty sure they're probably used. Not really too into that. What do you think?
God, I don't know. But to be honest, there's some weirdos out there who are into that kind of thing. And if it's for charity, then...
That is true. I'm trying not to be too cynical. I'm always coming back to the fact that it is for cancer children.
Exactly.
So, you know, fair play.
Can't slate them too much on that one.
No, you can't. But they are going up at about 99 cents per item.
Really?
So I'm not really sure what the motivation there actually is.
I thought she could request like outrageous prices.
Yeah, she could, but for some reason she's just decided. I think she maybe just wants some more closet space.
She's genuinely desperate. Yeah.
Anyway, obviously, today one of the big stories was that the Oscar nominations were announced, and Daniel Day-Lewis, of course, got his nomination for Best Actor. We all knew that was going to happen. But I don't know if you've heard of the Razzies, because this is what interests me a bit more.
I actually haven't. You're trying to fill me in, so
I'm filling you in on
a little bit about it.
It's obviously way more important than the Oscars, because obviously the Oscars is. You know, giving props for actual talent. But I am a firm believer that it actually is a lot more difficult to make a really bad film. Okay. And I'm a little bit obsessed with bad movies anyway. A little bit of like
the cheesier the better.
The cheesier the better. I like bad horror films from the 90s. Anything that genuinely seems like they went out of their way to make it as bad as possible.
Yeah.
So the Razzies, basically they have been recognising the worst in film of the year. So I think you can probably guess. I'm not sure if you are a Twilight fan. Are you a Twilight fan at all?
I'd watch it.
You'd watch it. Well, then you will be happy to know that they have been nominated in every single category.
Fair play.
So they're definitely going to get a few winners. So you saw the most recent Breaking Dawn too, then?
Yeah, I saw it. Like the funniest part had to have been where they were showing all the like international exotic vampires, and then the Irish family piped up.
Oh my God.
It was so embarrassing. Like, why did we have to be the ugliest race out of all of the hot vampires? Like,
you've got like a lineup of like perfect specimens of humans, and then the Irish vampires roll in.
They just
and they're
pop up with their one-liner.
They're absolutely hideous humans.
And hideous accents as well.
Yeah,
So funny.
my personal favourite, I brought her up earlier on because I am a Renesmee fan, but like that baby.
Weird.
What was happening with that baby?
Creature.
Tiny CGI baby. And I mean, they think they were trying to make her look really beautiful, but she ended up looking like a little hideous, bit of a hideous monster. And I mean, I'm perfectly. I came out of that movie genuinely not knowing what reality was anymore. But anyway, so obviously Twilight's gotten quite a lot of recognition in the Razzies. So I'm glad to hear that you're a bit of a fan, actually.
I must look up the Razzies now.
You got to keep clued in on the Razzies. It's not about the Oscars anymore.
Okay.
Nobody cares about the Oscars. Nobody cares about you, Daniel Day-Lewis. It's all about Robert Pattinson. Are you Team Jacob or Team Edward, or is that just ridiculous? I'm Team Hot Dad.
That's just ridiculous. I think Jacob's unbelievable though. He's like
ridiculously
the
attractive,
Wolfman one,
or
he's the wolf guy.
He's the wolf man.
Yeah,
he's like
team
the
wolf.
gur man.
Yeah.
There's an absolutely amazing scene in that where Hot Dad, as I like to call him, and
Hot
Jacob
Dad,
have Hot
Who's
Dad.
Hot Dad?
You don't know Hot Dad? Hot Dad is Bella's dad, mustache man.
Oh, stop now, please.
Okay, well we're going to move on from we're going to move on from Twilight because there's so much happening this week. Now I can't believe I've actually been amiss in not bringing this up yet, but Taylor Swift has broken up with Harry Styles.
What's the latest?
How do we feel about that?
To be honest, like I don't follow that circus. There's always someone new. Like I do love Taylor Swift, but she's with someone new every 2 minutes, so
they all
can't
kind
keep
of
up.
look the same. She was dating a Kennedy, and he was like a perfect, beautiful specimen also. And together they would have made like hideously
definitely has
beautiful.
a type, doesn't she?
She's got a type, but Harry's a little bit jailbaity for my
He's
liking.
too young. I'm sorry, no. It's never going to work.
Does that half your age plus 7 thing actually?
Oh God.
Is it the same for women?
I don't know.
But either way, they've broken up. But it was all made a little bit better when Miley Cyrus then tweeted some pictures of herself crawling into bed with a cardboard cutout of Harry.
That
and
is
of course,
so bad.
as a result, got about 10 million death threats from the One Direction fans.
And
It's all a bit
Taylor
mental.
fans as well.
It's all a bit mental in celebrity land this week. And obviously, we're going to move on to something a little bit different and talk about you for a while, Kelly.
Great.
So obviously people are going to recognise you from the show, which was, it went out this summer. It was filmed a little bit earlier for you though, right?
So obviously the show was all pre-recorded, so when it came out on the TV, I had been there and done that. It was all.
So you were just like, old news, don't care.
Yeah, I was kind of like, oh yeah,
Whatever.
I kind of forgot about this.
I've
oh my
moved
God.
on. I've got better things happening in my life. Well, so obviously just to keep people filled in, you're on cycle 8 of Britain and Ireland's Next Top Model.
Yeah, that's
but
correct.
you have actually been modelling yourself for since you were a teenager. Tell us about how you got discovered, because this is a little bit amazing.
So I was about 15 and I was walking through Funderland, which for those of you who don't know is a fun fair. I just think it travels all over Ireland, I don't know. But I was in Funderland with my 2 friends and I just got spotted by a model agent. And so yeah, I kind of got into modelling through that. And yeah, I just never really, I was always kind of modelling locally in Cork, or, you know, nothing like too international until I went up and applied for Britain and Ireland's Next Top Model, which was a complete whim. I didn't put any thought into it.
Completely out of the blue.
Completely out of the blue. I just heard from another girl who was going up and the night before, and I happened to have work off, so I was like, may as well just go up for it, like, you know, never thought.
And then all of a sudden you're on the show just hanging out with Elle Macpherson and Tyson Beckford or whatever, like no big deal.
Yeah,
just
pretty much.
Hanging out. So like what happened in between you doing the audition and then getting into the house? Like what was I mean obviously to us it just seems like it happened super quick. They just pick you, that's it, you're on TV. Was it as like crazy fast or?
No, so it was like a really long like process, and you know, we had to like do lots of different auditions, and like they literally just have to find out everything about you, because like, you know, they also make a TV show, so they need to know like your personality inside out.
Were they trying to gauge, because obviously with the top model shows, they've got a reputation of there being lots and lots of catfights, lots of craziness, just genuine mental girls being in a house together, kind of going crazy.
The nice thing about this series is that it was kind of a step on from that. It was kind of like, it was less with the catfights and it was more about like each girl's individual journey. So I was so lucky to have such a nice cycle. I'd really like great group of girls.
It does seem that the British version, Britain and Ireland in fact, is a lot more low key than the American one. The American one, you've just got Tyra Banks kind of going.
That's because they've
Tyra
added the Irish, because this is only the second year that Ireland has been allowed to be a part of it. Like, you know.
We're civilised enough now.
Yeah, we're
allowed
peace
on British TV. It's okay. So what was it like in the house? Because to us, obviously, it just looks like you're crammed up with lots of girls you've never met before. It must be like crazy, crazy pressure.
Yeah, like it was insane, but like for me, the girls were a good thing. Like we kind of had each other's back, and you know, like it was like I loved the girls. Like they weren't the problem at all.
They weren't. Oh, okay.
No, not
they weren't the problem.
No, not that way. But it's just like a pressureful situation. Like you're constantly being filmed, and it's like, what? That's so weird.
And had you like been on camera before, or was it kind of just like walking into the Truman Show and just being like, everything I do is on film?
Literally, like I had never experienced anything like that before. So, yeah, it was a bit of a whirlwind and a complete like. It completely opened my eyes to a whole new world.
One thing that, like, when I watch the show myself, because I'm completely and utterly addicted to, like, not only reality TV, but like every single top model show there is. I've seen all of them, New Zealand, Canada. So many hours of my life, endless. But I love them all, damn it. One thing I always think is that when you go into those elimination rooms, it just looks like a pressure bunker. You're in hell.
Yeah, you're literally in there and the lights turn red and it's so hot inside there because like there's obviously so many studio lights and stuff. And you're just there for so long, it's just crazy. Your heart nearly bursts out of your chest. But yeah, we had to do it.
It seems, and you're obviously now. I've been remiss in not bringing up the fact that you're standing in front of Elle Macpherson, which adds a little bit of extra pressure.
Yeah, and
she as ridiculously beautiful and tall and willowy and perfect as she appears on screen in real life.
Oh, absolutely. She's every inch of the supermodel. Like, she's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to fire a few questions at you.
Okay, go for it.
First of all, obviously now we've talked about how perfect and beautiful and amazing Elle is, but I want to know that what about Tyson Beckford? Because damn,
what a beautiful,
damn girl, why we got to be related to Tyson. He is absolutely perfect.
Yeah, he's gorgeous.
Okay, so in a situation where you have to choose, you've got Tyson, you've got Whitney Port, who again seems ridiculously nice.
But she's so lovely. Yeah, I'm mad with Whitney.
She's really nice. Yeah. Was she your favourite of the judges then?
It's hard to tell because all the judges have like completely different qualities. But I suppose Whitney, we related to her the most because she was first of all the nearest to us in age, and plus like she'd been through the whole reality TV thing with the hills and the city and stuff. So yeah, she's really good to have around, and
fantastic.
She really connects.
She seems great, and everybody came off pretty well. Elle seems pretty grounded compared to the kind of crazy antics of Tyra. I keep bringing everything back to Tyra, but she's the perfect celebrity. She's just
brilliant,
batshit insane. But anyway, what I'm interested to know now is what you have been doing since the show and what your plans are now.
So, obviously, when I finished my time in the show, I went back to normal life and nobody knew anything about it because I couldn't tell anybody because it wasn't aired. So I literally just went back to my normal life, working in Topshop in Cork, and I literally had been working there for 2 years. So recently, I left that job last week, and I'm taking the big step. I'm moving to London in January with Lisa, which was the other Irish girl on the show.
Oh yes, yeah. She was also from Cork, isn't she?
Yeah, which is totally insane because never has it been a case where two Irish girls has been on top model, like two Cork girls.
Yeah, and it gives you, not that you're automatically going to be friends with someone just because you're from the same place, but it gives you something to talk about, and you kind of feel like you've got a bit of home when you're trapped in the house.
Yeah, especially we really bonded straight away, so it was really great to have her.
And you have had some interesting developments just today. You found out that you've got something pretty interesting coming up, so tell us about that.
So I'm after getting a booking in Dubai, so I'm literally flying out on Monday. Totally crazy and last minute, but that's why I love modelling, because that's kind of how it goes.
It's just,
but yeah. So
one day you're just kind of hanging out in Topshop, the next day you're just going to Dubai or whatever. No big deal. So what is going to happen in Dubai? It's a pretty high luxury show.
Yeah. So it's basically on this big cruise ship called the Costa Atlantica, and it's like this Italian luxury cruise ship. And so we're going to be participating in a fashion show that's going to be on the deck, and it's like a 60-metre catwalk. So this is like the longest catwalk ever in the history of
the entire universe.
Please God I don't fall. And we're going to be modelling such designs as Oscar de la Renta and lots of other international designers and stuff.
Absolutely.
So I am so excited.
That is really, really exciting. Yeah. Oscar de la Renta is a personal obsession of mine.
I am going to have to rob a dress.
I'm just you have to, and bring lots home. Just smuggle whatever you can. Get out of Dubai.
So this is my first time kind of modelling with me not knowing anybody. I'll feel like a sheep separated from my
Oh, you're going to be absolutely fine. Just be a charm of the Irish.
Yeah.
And if anything goes wrong, just steal the dresses and run.
Yes.
It'll all be absolutely
run,
fine.
we're like swim.
Okay. Just a last couple of questions before we finish up today. What about your own personal style when you're not at work? So obviously you spend lots of time being dressed up in crazy haute couture dresses like Oscar de la Renta, crazy. But what about when you're away from work? What's your personal style?
So like I love fashion. I actually studied it when I was younger. Wasn't much of a fan of school, won't lie. But at night time during 5th and 6th year I studied fashion design by night time. It was all something I was really, really passionate about. Probably get it from my grandmother, who was like a fashion designer in her day.
So fashion runs through your blood.
Yeah,
I like
pretty
it.
much
I like
does.
It was destiny.
Well, yeah.
Elle made this happen. She found you, destiny.
Yeah.
So yes, fashion is in your blood.
Yeah, I love it. So like I suppose my personal style would be kind of granny's closet meets rock chick, kind of vintage mashup.
That's I'm obsessed, and I'm
like,
also,
I love sparkles, but also I love kind of, like I could be like just in battered Converse as well. So that kind of.
I'm definitely into that kind of mishmash.
Yeah, but today I'm sporting this little Chanel
amazing.
like blazer.
It's totally very, very Chanel. I was thinking that when you walked in today, I was like, that has to be
I did
mine.
a photo shoot for this lovely woman, and she left me keep this, which was really nice of her.
Wow.
Yeah.
There are definite perks from being in the industry then.
I'm lucky to have worked with some really nice clients.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
No, thanks so much.
I'm particularly happy to get all your views on the important things in the world like Twilight.
And
good luck in Dubai.
Thanks so much.
No problem at all. Well, thank you very much for joining us, Kelly, and thanks everybody for watching. My name is Ciara, and this has been the Women's Lifestyle Show at Feck TV. We will see you next week.
Bye, guys.